Everyone, and welcome to Lucknow MuleSoft Meetup. The topic for today's our session is Connect the Collaboration, MuleSoft Slack, and Agentforce in Action. Before we start, some safe harbor statement. So, both the speaker and the host are organizing this meetup in individual capacity only. We are not representing our companies here. The presentation is strictly for learning purpose only. The organizer or presenter do not hold any responsibility that same solution will work for your business requirement. This presentation is not meant for any promotional activities. Some housekeeping. So as we are recording the session, so we'll be sharing the session video on the event page within 24 hours, and you can follow the page and you can see the recordings later on as well. You have got mic access as well as we have chat. So be interactive. Feel free to ask any kind of question you want. It's a learning sessions. So all any type of questions are open. You can ask that. And once the meetup is done, you will get a feedback form. So we'll request you please fill up the form and let us know how you experience the meetup and what all different topics you want or what enhancement you want us to do for our group so that we can provide you better learning in future. Okay. So over the organizers, so Akub, myself, and Gursimran are the organizer for Lucknow MuleSoft meetup. Akub, you want to introduce yourself?
Yeah, thanks, Abhishek. So this side Akib, so I have around 11 plus years of experience, and me and Abhishek are running this from starting, and someone joined us a little later. So yeah, it's about 5 years we are running this meetup, and we are close to having 50 meetups, in person and virtual. So yeah, so hoping everyone will enjoy this learning session with Abhishek and Rajiv.
Yep. Thank you so much, Akub. Uh, I hope Gursimran is not here due to some reasons. But coming up to the speakers, so me and Rajiv, we are the speakers. So this is a small introduction about myself. So I'm a MuleSoft ambassador, a regional leader for MuleSoft India. I'm a speaker for MuleSoft, Salesforce, Slack, and CMX groups. I lead different groups across MuleSoft, Slack, and CMX. I have different certifications. I am a Salesforce 5-star Ranger rank. Create blogs and technical videos on a pattern for developing a portable washing machine. So that's about me, and you can connect me on LinkedIn, and you can visit the YouTube channel to see other technical videos over there. Now, introducing our another speaker, which is Rajiv. Rajiv, would you like to introduce yourself, please?
Yeah, sure. Say, hello, everyone. So this side Rajiv. Uh, I'm also, I think, almost 15 plus years of experience. And the good thing is I'm born and brought up into the integration world. But last 6 plus years, I'm working into the MuleSoft, okay, which means into the Salesforce ecosystems. Currently, I'm associated with the Brilio, okay. And apart from this, I'm also enthusiastic about to learn and explore new tools, technology, and try to convert this my learning into the blogs and the technical videos. So I think that's it pretty much from my side.
Thank you, Rajiv, and thank you so much for accepting my invite and joining us for the meetup and sharing your experience with us. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Moving forward to the agenda, so let me introduce what we are going to discuss. And I will be discussing about the Slack overview, integrating Slack with MuleSoft, BlockKit, and I will demo all this. And then Rajiv will take over and he will discuss on the Agentforce and how you can have Agentforce for MuleSoft and Slack and get into the AI world. Okay. So starting with Slack. So how many of you are using Slack in your day-to-day life? Like, what do you know about Slack? What Slack can do? Anyone want to unmute and speak? Anyone, please. Feel free to unmute and speak out. It's just a learning session. So, anyone want to say if they are using Slack and what they know about Slack?
So it's kind of teams, Abhishek,
Mhm.
where we can interact with other people. There are channels which we can follow. and yeah, mostly used in organizations as a communication.
Mhm. Right. So this is a communication tool, we can say. Mostly, like we know it as a communication tool for our corporate colleagues, right? So for our personal, we use WhatsApp or Telegram or a lot of different communicator tools, right? Likewise, we have communicator tools for our corporate world as well. Like Slack is one of them, which help us to communicate with other colleagues. It may be through message, it may be through a video call, which is called as huddle. Okay, but that is not the end. Okay, Slack can do a lot of things for you apart from just communication. Okay, so first, introducing like how the name is derived or what is the acronym for Slack. That is searchable log of all communication and knowledge. So it is a chat and messaging app for teams and workplaces that allow user to share link files and chat. The origin come from, so there was a company called Glitch. Sorry. So this company, Tiny Speck, during the development of their browsing-based multi-layer online game Glitch, there they formed this Slack, and this came into existing in August 2014. Okay, the company renamed it as Slack technology in August 2014, but it was developed before that. Okay, so the original name of Slack was the internal messaging tool created by Tiny Speck during the development of their browser-based massive online game. Okay, and then Slack was acquired by Salesforce in 2021. Okay, so this is the beginning of Slack, and this is the acronym of Slack, like what Slack stands for. But Slack is not just your communication tool, but it is your AI productivity platform. Bring automation, knowledge, and collaboration together. And how? Slack provide you a AI productivity platform with a customer 360 overview. Okay, so there are different option of having different apps and connectors which can be integrated with your Slack to have a seamless experience for the user, whoever is using Slack. You can connect your Salesforce with Slack, you can connect your calendar with Slack, you can connect your Zira with Slack. Okay, there are a lot of different out of the box application. Even you can create your customized application and you can add that in your Slack. Okay, all that you can do it from Slack. So Slack improve team performance in every line of business. It may be your sales, your marketing, okay, whatever you have as your cloud, your different Salesforce cloud, all places Slack can be productive for you. So according to a survey, teams are 49% more productive with Slack. Okay, and this is how your Slack interface look like if you see tab 1, 2, and 3. So 1 is where you see all the different channels or the personal chats. The 2 is the chat box where you do your initial chatting, and the third one is a thread, so that if you want to chat to a particular person, you don't need to write into the main chat box. You can create a thread and you can talk it over there. Okay, so this is how it has been divided. You have home, you have workspace menu, you have DM tab, all different activities tabs. Okay, this is your sidebar, you have your search bar, you can do huddle. Okay, your message box, your conversation, and your threads, and I will show all this to you. Your user menu. Okay, now there are three different type of channels in Slack. One is your public, one is your private, and one is your shared external. Public means open to all within your organization, like your announcement. If you have any company announcement, now that announcement is for all people in your company, so that is a public channel. Private channel, that is mostly your project channel, where only few individuals are allowed to have access to that channel because it is related to a private project, right? And then shared external, that means someone who is not within your corporate, some other corporate, but you want to include them in your Slack. Okay, that is called shared externally. Okay, so you can also invite people from other corporate to be a part of your Slack, and you can chat it over there. So you don't need to create different accounts, you don't need to switch accounts to chat to someone, but you can do it in your single Slack, in your one organization chat. Now, difference working in Slack, like with Slack or without Slack. Without Slack, it may be a little bit ambiguous. Okay, finding people, chatting with them, uh, going to their stops, right? With Slack, it is very much filtered, very much organized, easy to find people, chat with them, and collab. Okay. Now coming to the integration, MuleSoft have a out of the box connector. Okay, that is Slack connector Mule 4. You can find it on Exchange. And there was a community version, but that is now deprecated. It doesn't work with your latest version of MuleSoft. Okay, so the connector what we are going to use is Slack connector Mule 4, and I will show you that in demo how that works. You need to create an account and a workspace in Slack first, or if you already have, well and good. You don't need to create, but you can also create it. It is free to create for your experience. You can do that. Once you create your account, you need to create an app. Again, this is everything what I'm going to show how you do that. Then there are two way of creating your app. One is the manifest, one is your scratch. Scratch is something when you are learning it for the first time, you are new and you want to create your app, you can go with scratch. Manifest, it gives you a JSON or YAML kind of format, so that if the same kind of app configuration you want to create for some other Slack, you can use this YAML or JSON file and you can create it, so you don't need to repeat all the step from the starting. Okay, so as I mentioned, the difference between manifest and scratch. So as a development, it is very CI/CD friendly. Okay, help in your automation. Scratch is your quick start and exploration. Okay, an empty workspace or command line using a defined file, or Slack API website using the create an app button. Okay, also you can use your manifest with your Slack CLI, whereas your Scratch is a manual effort thing. Okay, so this is the difference between the two approaches, the manifest and Scratch. Then after you create your app, you need to create your ID and secret. Okay, and all this we'll see. So I will just go through generating your board token. You need to define a scope, like what kind of operation your integration can do with Slack. So you need to define, otherwise you won't be able to do it. Then this is a way of configuring, we'll see this. And then we'll also talk about blockit. So this is something which you can use directly. You don't need to you don't need your out of the box connector. You can use this as a http requester as well. So we are also going to talk about it, how this works. Okay, so this is all about theory. Any question till this? No, all good. Okay, so now let me first show you how Slack looks. So this is my Slack development environment, DevOps environment, not DevOps, sorry, sandbox environment. Okay, so this is my sidebar where I can see what different channel I have, whom am I connected directly. This is my main chat box. Here I can type my message, and then after I type, I can also talk to someone in threads. Here you can individually go, like if you want any, if there are any active DMs or there any activity which is pending, right? There are different tools as well. Here in the workspace name, if you go, you can see like you can connect with your mobile as well. There are tools, you can create your workflow workspaces, you can connect to Salesforce. Okay, you can manage apps. Okay, so there, here you can see the different apps option you have. So these are some of the in-house apps what you get. Moreover, you can create your own app and you can interact, you can connect this with your Slack. Okay, that you can do. Like this is an app which I created from my Slack CLI. So I can see workflow is like the automation. So now suppose if you want to uh, raise a ticket for something, so you can create workflow and then you can go to workflow, you can give your information and it will go to the right person. You don't need to keep on pinging or searching for who is the right person. Okay, this is your main menu. You can pause your Slack notification, there is an option like pause all for except VIPs. That means you want to pause your notification, but there are some colleagues which are very much important and their notifications are important, so you can exclude them and you can pause for others. You can go to your profile, you can update your details over here. Okay, all this you can do with your Slack. Okay, you have got Canvas. There is something called Canvas. So Canvas is like your document where you can write all the relevant important points, like if there are any important URLs or any important links, or you want to put any tables or anything. And then you can also print it, copy the link, you can share the Canvas to your colleague. You can do a lot of things with this. Okay, this is also something which Slack provide. Fine. There is an option for video calling. There is an option for huddle. Huddle means your voice call. Okay, so you can connect to your colleague over call, you can connect to your colleague over video call, all that you can do. Fine. Now comes like how we connect our Mule application with Slack. Okay, so Slack provides some, MuleSoft provides some out of the box connector for Slack. Okay, initially you will not see this, you need to get it from Exchange, but once you get it, you can see there are a lot of different operations what we can do with Slack. Okay, all different operations, calling and sending message, DMs, a lot of things you can do. So I'm using one such connector, which is a send message, where what I will do is I'm going to send a message to one of my random channel saying, hi, this is a Mule API. Now, in order to have that connection, what I need to do? So let's see our connector. Okay. So let me get a new configuration. Sorry. So this is how initially your configuration look like. Okay. So what we need? We need to have a listener config. Okay, our normal localhost. Sorry. Now for Slack to execute, even though we are executing it in local, the protocol need to be HTTPS. Okay, there is a reason. Sorry. So when we create the Slack app doesn't allow HTTP. We need to have HTTPS. That's why, even though we are running our application in local, we need to have HTTPS as our configuration. Okay, then you need to have a callback path, authorization path, external callback URL. You need to have your consumer key secret. This is your URL, authorization and access token URL. And then scope. Scope means what all different operations you can do with this particular Slack connector to your random channel or any other channel. Okay, so this scope is very much important. If you don't define it, you cannot perform that particular task. Okay, so now let me go to my Slack app. Okay, so how you go to your Slack app is just simply type api.slack.com. Okay, just go to api.slack.com. Here you can see there is an option of your app. Once you go to your app, you get this option. Okay, in this you need to create an app. Here you will get an option manifest or scratch. Okay, so if you choose manifest, you just need to select the workspace, go next, and this is how it displays. Okay, this is a JSON or YAML file thing. So whatever configuration you do for your Slack, you can get a YAML file for that. Okay, now let's not use that, let's use the scratch one. Here I will give a name to my app, Meetup demo. I will select a workspace and I will create app. So here you can see my client ID and client secret is created. Okay, this is done. So what I can do is I can simply take my client ID and client secret. Okay, I'll go to my app, I will open this and I will choose my consumer key and consumer secret. Okay. Second thing, the authorization URL. Initially, when it creates or when it brings the URL, you don't see this v2. Okay, but we need to have this v2 because you can see over here it is written you will need to send the secret along with your client ID when making your when making your auth.v2.access request. That means your auth request should go to this URL. Your token URL should be this, and your authorization URL should be this with the v2. Okay, that is done. Then you need to have a scope, your callback path, your authorization path, and your external callback, your local host. Okay, so I will copy this. I need to provide this callback in my Slack app, which I will show you. Okay, once this is done, this is okay. Now I will do my configuration for my app. So here you will see there is an option for auth and permission. So you need to go to auth and permission. First, adding the URL. This is my callback URL. Save URL, and then you need to add the port token scope. Here I need to do it for chat, right? Okay, this is done. Now once this is done, let's go to our basic info. Okay, everything is done. Now you will see one more option, this one, auth token. So it gives you an option to install it, right? So what we will do is we will run it in our browser first because we need to allow our application to be connected with our Slack. So for that, what you need to do is you need to use the callback URL what you are given, that is fine, but you need to do https localhost 8081 authorize. Okay, so for that, before, let me run my application here. Okay, so I will just wait for my application to execute. So it is running. Meanwhile, let me see if this authorized it. Okay, not. Let it start. Okay, this is starting. Okay, let me try. Proceed. Okay, I need to allow it. So I will allow it. Successfully retrieved. Now let me try to refresh this. See, this is automatically installed. Okay, and here, let me see. Okay, random, fine. So my application is started. Now I need to run this. Okay, now let me see if I can run this. So this is my local host, this is my path, this is my channel, and this is my message. And if I hit this, will this work? No, it says authenticated user is not in the channel. So you need to do one more step, is whatever channel you want to have that message come from this particular app what we have created. Okay, we need to invite that user over here. So if I say Meetup, let me refresh this once. Yeah, sorry, Meetup @Meetup demo. Okay, I need to invite, you mentioned this, they are not in this channel. Let's see now. This allow. Okay, that means I am just missing something. invite. Okay, so I am surely missing something. Let me see. Meetup demo, which is fine. Let me check my workspace. Yeah, SD, this will come. Give me a minute. It should come. We invite. Okay, this is invited now. And now let me see if I can do it. Yes. So I need to invite this particular app user over here. And then once I did that, I'm able to send message, and this is happening through my MuleSoft application. Okay. So that's this simple configuration what we can do. And this is how we are able to connect to our Slack using MuleSoft application. Okay. Now there is another thing called BlockKit. Okay. So for BlockKit, you don't need to use any such connector. Just an HTTP requester will work. So what we do in BlockKit is, so there are some different JSON format what we can send to our different channel. Okay. So for example, this is an example of my BlockKit. Okay. There are a lot of different templates. Whatever you want to choose, you can choose, like use message template, this one. Okay. It has got buttons and a lot of things. And you can see like how the JSON message uh, format is there for this one. So here you can choose what different Slack workspace you want to send this. Once you choose your workspace, okay, you choose a workspace, send. It will ask where you want to send it, like what are the different channel or DMs or whatever it is there. It will show you everything. Now suppose I am using random. Now I will send, and here this came over here. See, okay, you got the message. So here I don't have to use any kind of connector for MuleSoft or anything. I can do it directly. Just I need to create an app. Okay. Why? Because you need to know like what channel you are sending. So here you are using the Blockit builder. That's why it is giving you a direct option to do this, and you can do that. Okay. But I want to do it uh, additionally from my postman, say like this is something I need to send, right? So what I need to do is I need to have a dedicated URL for my webhook for that particular channel, which can help me to do that. So there is something called incoming webhook. Okay, so I will activate this, and I will say that add a new webhook. It will ask, okay, which workspace you want to do this and for which channel. So I say general channel, and I will say allow. Once I do that, I got this complete URL for this, right? So I will use copy this URL. I'll go back. I'll put this URL, and then I will send. It says okay. That means it should have sent a message. And here I can see I got the message. Okay, as simple as that. So the BlockKit router or the BlockKit option is an option where you don't need to do any particular connector config. Just you need to have the webhook, but we don't have any security over here. Like we don't have any uh, client ID or secret. It is open so that there you can have a risk where if anyone get a hold of your webhook, they can misuse that. Okay, there may be some other way which I'm not sure at this point, but this gives you an open access and you can use it. Okay, so this is all about a basic info of what Slack is, what is webhook, okay, how we create apps, how we enable that, all that. Now let me know if you have any question. If not, I can hand it over to Rajiv and he can pick up the Agentforce stuff. Any question? Anyone? No? Okay. Rajiv, I'm good. I'm done with my part. You can start your.
Okay, thank you, Abhishek.
Thank you, Rajiv.
So let me share my screen. Hope my screen is visible.
Yeah.
Okay, so let me make it as okay. So now I'm going to explain about little bit this agent force. Okay, and the purpose of behind this. Okay, nowadays this agentic era is coming, and I think every project or everywhere we are either listening, either we are like the discussing in somewhere, like we are seeing this has been implemented. And whosoever is working on Slack or using the Slack for the collaborations or the sharing or the for chatting, we have already seen that, like whenever if we connected over the Slack, over the group, okay, or anything like notifications, there is somewhere the agent is coming and it's notifying you, it's telling you, okay. So in the background, normally happen this employee agent, okay. So that has been already like started working, okay, especially in the Slack. Okay, so we will try to see as part of this how we can create our one like the agent, okay, and how this agent we can bring into the Slack, so that we can start uh, like uh, it will be productive in our day-to-day life. Okay, so before going to this, okay, I wanted to give a very brief about this agent. Okay, so normally we have seen there are five key points which are involves basically whenever we are going to deal with the any agent. Okay, so each agent has a purpose. Okay, it is the goal oriented. Okay, and it has also the sequence of steps or sequence of tasks that basically going to handle your natural language uh, conversation. Okay, and it's going to provide securely your relevant answer whatever the has been asked. Okay, so the first point is definitely going to be the agent. Okay, like you are going to give your name, your purpose, okay, what is the agent. Okay, it will have the few actions. Okay, okay, and these actions will be part of the topic, because it happens like the normally we see that like the agent is a goal oriented, so it must be aligned with the some of the topics which is the your like you can say the business domain or business functionality. Like suppose if you say the order management, okay, like the case management, so these kind of things which is going to uh, decide your what is the topic, what is the context, okay, in which your agent is going to work. Okay, if you are going to define your topic, okay, the action is relevant to your topic. If suppose we are going to take for the order management, so it could be the n number of the actions you can able to define over there. Either you can ask the the create the orders, raise the orders, you can check the status of your orders. Okay, you can check the fulfillment, delivery date, cancel, lots of the things. So entire the order life cycles which is the possible, you can able to put it as a part of the actions. This action could be anything, whether it is going to use your flow, your Apex classes, or like the MuleSoft API, anything could be. Okay, behind the scenes which we are not able to see. Okay, so this is behind the scene reasoning engine. Okay, and the most powerful things on which agent is going to work over the LLM, this is the large language models. Okay, which basically going to interpret your prompt, and like it is going to, like on the basis of your like trained LLM, how much your LLM is trained, the knowledge base, it is going to enable the communication with the user. So this is what we have discussed. Now this is just the pictorial and how the actual agent is going to work. Okay, so from the user, the any agent is going to expect a input, which is we are going to give in our natural language, that is called the prompt. Okay, and there is a topic filters. Okay, like on the basis of prompt, the reasoning engine, the LLM is going to decide, okay, which one we need to pick this. Okay, once they are going to pick this topic, they are going to check the actions. Okay, sometimes happens like the input of the one actions is the output of the output of one action is the input of the another actions. Okay, so there is a kind of the action loop is going to happen. Okay, so suppose if you have to like the check the like delivery date of the order, so first they are going to check whether order exists or not. Okay, the find or order, so these kind of things are already there. Okay, so it is going to loop under. Okay, so our LLM should be like so trained. Okay, it going to decide these kind of things. Okay, first for to execute this action, I need the output from the this action. So these kind of things is going to happen. Okay, and finally once it is going to get this, it is going to give you the outcomes, okay, in your natural language. Okay, so this is the again like the how Agentforce works. So whatever we are going to see, that is the this definition of that, like how the agent is going to start working, how the classify user message into topic, agent reasoning and actions. Okay, and this the final response validations and send response to the user. So this is in the 5 step the Agentforce is going to work. Okay, coming to the different types of the agents, because whenever we are going to create an agent, there are few categories which into the Salesforce ecosystem they have. Okay, so we need to identify, okay, which agent type is going to suits for our requirements for our business. Okay, so think about this agent for setup. So whenever you are going to like do any administration kind of work, okay, like the guidance, configuration support, help documentation, these kind of things, if we are going to work, we should go for the select for the agent for setup. Okay, this if is the any like suppose your knowledge access, your task automations which is related to employee productivity. Okay, in that case we can able to go for the employee agent. Okay, this is the service agent. Basically suppose or take example of the case management. Okay, so where this is going to available for your customer support 24 into 7 availability. Okay, whether you can able to raise our case, like the handle the inquiry. So these kind of things if you are required, we can go for the service agent. Similar way, like uh, it is going to work in help of the service agent, that is called the service assistant agent. Okay, suppose if customer is going to raise any case, okay, and your service assistant agent is going to provide you, okay, some prerequisite on the basis of your knowledge. Okay, if this kind of the errors is going to occur, you are supposed to do these steps. Okay, so basically this is going to assist or what you can say as a kind of the resolution accelerator for the service agent. Okay, so we can going for this service assistant agent. Okay, similar to whenever it is related with suppose the sales related, when this the lead is going to convert into the opportunity, these kind of things. Okay, to check whether the initial qualification, scheduling the meeting with the customers or anything. So these kind of things, whether the sales is going to increase your revenue kind of thing. So we go for the SDRA kind of the agent. Okay, and this is the something the sales coach agent. So basically that is going to help, okay, to what you can say the whenever you are going to give the sales pitch. Okay, and as a representative coaching or a skill development. So this is going to improve your pitch. Okay, and play a role of the kind of the simulation which is going to help you to close your deal. So these kind of things, uh, earlier we have seen like the when we started there was a one default called Agentforce. Okay, so that is no longer, if you have started looking into, this is not at all available. So that has been converted by default this employee agent. Okay. Okay, so now we are going to see for the Agentforce and Slack. Okay, so uh, what is happens, like suppose the agent, like if we are not part of the Salesforce ecosystems, okay, and we don't have the access about, okay, so how we can able to, like, we create the, like, the automations or some kind of the simulations, so that we can able to, it can be like the anyone like who is the outside the Salesforce ecosystem, we can able to share and we can take this the automations. Okay, so this is the reason, like they have bring this agent for the Slack. Okay, so the benefit of bringing this agent for the Slack is the, like, your faster workflow. Okay, because like suppose someone is using the Slack, like the your customer care executive, you are calling now, they again he used to go to the Salesforce org, like raise the case, okay, and then give you the update. Okay, like making bringing this agent, he can directly use this Slack. Okay, make this everything on the Slack, and this is behind the scene it is going to happening. So he is also not aware about, okay, how this some kind of the, like the white box thing they will have once they are going into the Salesforce. But this is the purely we are putting the abstractions how the things is going to happen. Okay, also like we can able to like context aware suggestions and summary. Okay, and because of this our some summary service or employee, we can basically provide the empowerment. Okay, so it is the 24 into 7 availability. Okay, and uh, bringing these things into the Salesforce, actually we are going to automate the things. Okay, entire your business. Okay, and just the this your the conversation, like the, like people is not going to feel like, okay, we are dealing with the some of the like the tools or technology. This is the just the human conversation. Okay, also the what the Abhishek has already explained the inbuilt features about the Slack. Okay, whether we can able to maintain into the public channel, private channel, each issue will be going to as a kind of the separate channel. So these kind of things we can inherit the Slack features, and we can make this conversations kind of. Okay, so this is not going to happen automatically. These are the few links which we are going to see as a part of the demo. Okay, because in that case we need our the package. So one of the package we are supposed to install our the Salesforce org, and that package is called the Slack package. Okay, for that we need the Slack playground, as well as this agent flex Agentforce playground, which is nothing but our the Salesforce org. So in some organization happened your Salesforce org, your like the sales system, like your sales cloud, everything data cloud will be part of the same org. Sometimes happens like where your data cloud into some different org, sales cloud or service cloud different, Agentforce into the separate cloud. Okay, so in that way we have to see. Okay, now whenever we are going to establish this Salesforce to the Slack connections, okay, there are the three steps which we need to like understand. Okay, so here let me, we can able to start from here the demo, so that will be easy for you guys. Okay, okay, so what is there, this is the package link. Okay, so let me copy this link, or let me click. Okay, so suppose once I'm going to click, this is my login. Okay, just feel free to stop me, like wherever you need any questions or anything. Okay, so this is the upgrade Slack platform connectors is there. Okay, so in my org it's already installed. Okay, this is the reason, if you see here you are going to see this app name Slack platform connectors is there. Okay, and if you see these are the ones you are going to, so on the basis of your requirement you are supposed to like say install for the admin, install for all user, or for specific profiles. Okay, if you see here this view components, what are the things is going to install as part of this Slack platforms. So this is the Slack and Slack tab. So this is nothing but the two connected app it is going to installed here. See, so why for me it is giving is a update, because it is already there. So once I'm going to install it, it is going to just update. Okay, so just quickly going to into my Salesforce org. Okay, if you see here, Slack, manage Slack. App manager. So here there must be a two. Yeah, see, this is the two connected app has been already installed. Okay, that is the Slack dev. This is nothing but this is the package component. It's already there. Okay, so coming to here. Okay, this is one things like Salesforce Slack connections. Whenever you are going to establish, you need to make sure that you are going to fulfill these requirements. Okay, so for Salesforce org, either your Salesforce org could be enterprise, unlimited, or performance editions. Okay, it is also like possible if you are using the develop org. Okay, but make sure you are using the Salesforce system administrator, or you can maybe create a profile where you can put this. Okay, whenever you are going to use the Slack workspace, okay, this is not applicable for your the free plans of the Slack. Okay, you have to go for the paid plan, either pro, business plus, or enterprise grade. Okay, and you need to make sure that like who the user must be the admin for that. Okay, and how the user is going to map. So the user must have mapped account in the both systems. Okay, which means that if you are using the Salesforce org, okay, so that particular user must be available into the both systems. Okay, so whenever we are going to establish this the connection, we are able to see so how this connection is going to happen. Okay, so coming to here. Okay, so this is the connected app has been already installed. So this is the steps through which you can able to install. Okay, now how we can able to go for the Slack one. Okay, so suppose this is my Slack. Okay, this is the MuleSoft integrations is there already. Okay, if you go here, okay, tools and settings, you have to go into this, sorry, manage Salesforce organizations. Okay, so once you are going to click over there, okay, I have already opened these things into this manage Salesforce organizations. Okay, this is some things. Okay, so it is going to open you into the browser based. Okay, and here you can be able to see your Salesforce org. Okay, so if you see here, this connection is already established. Okay, how this connection is going to establish? Simply, if suppose this connection is not there, you are supposed to go here, this connect Salesforce org. You need to give your here the domain. Okay, and from where you can be able to go to give your domain. If you go to domain somewhere, my domain, yeah. So this is your domain. Okay, so just you need to put this domain over here. Okay, if you put here domain, just you need to put the domain. Okay, and how this, once we are going to see like the discuss about the map the users. If you see here, map user account automatically, which means that once this connection is going to establish, so all the users which are there into the Salesforce, or they can automatically going to map. Okay, if you don't need, and how this is going to map, so this is going to map with the emails, which means that suppose myself, Abhishek, and you guys are the, your email is already exist into the Salesforce org. Okay, they are going to automatically mapped here, so they can be able to access this Salesforce, this Slack org. Okay, if you don't want to that, okay, you can like make it off, which means that you are supposed to map it manually. Okay, so what happens, like suppose once you are going to give this request connections. Okay, okay, so it is going to give this message. Okay, let me see this. Okay, so this org is already connected. So because of the demo purpose, I don't want to like delete it, because sometimes it's create the issue. So what is going to happen once you are going to like request this connections? Okay, so what is happen, it is going to send a request to your Salesforce. Okay, and where it is going to manage Slack connections. Okay, so it is going to give the connections over here. Okay, and at this place you are supposed to approve it. So once you are going to approve it, it is again going to come here and it will ask for the approve it again. Okay, this is the reason why I'm showing these things. This is the purpose this slide is telling us. Okay, it is in the 3 steps this Salesforce Slack connection is going to happen. Okay, for first of all, this is the Slack admin workspace tool. This initiate connections, click connect Salesforce, or enter details. You have to suppose this my domain. Okay, select the mapping, choose the account map field, email SAML for automatic user account mapping. Okay, request approvals. Okay, now this request has been sent to the now Salesforce admin access. So in the access setup, go for the Slack settings. Okay, review and approve the pending connections. Okay, perform user configuration mappings. Okay, which means that once you are going to here, you are supposed to perform the mapping of users. So if you go here into Salesforce, okay, here will be the options for the user mappings. Okay, they are going to ask for the which user you wanted to onboard into the Slack. Okay, and once it is going to happen, this is the final approval. It is again going to the Slack admin. Okay, and where we need to activate this means this has been approved, now we have to activate it. Okay, so once you are going to activate this, you are going to see this kind of things. So this has been already activated, connected, and in the Slack you are going to see this is like connected. Okay, if you go here, so see, if you see here connected. Okay, whatever the users you wanted to add into this Slack for this Salesforce org, like this Slack also, you can able to add here. Okay, and how this user you can be able to add by use, like if you have to use the individually, so you can able to, since I have only one user in both the org, so this is the reason, but you can able to add here. Okay, or you can add, if the bulk add is required, you can add by CSV. Okay, or export user mapping CSV. So this way you can be able to do it. Okay, so once you are able to do it, okay, so the benefit is now, so what happens now, our Slack like workspace and the Salesforce org is now connected. Okay, so once it is connected, so what we can able to see, if you go here, so this is the same things. Okay, this is the same things I have opened into the browser, if you see. Okay, so the benefit you can able to see, you are able to see here Salesforce. Okay, if you have used your trial version or any versions, if you see, notice that these things you will not able to see that. Okay, since it is connected, now you can be able to see this Salesforce. Okay, and the benefit of this Salesforce is, okay, if you go here, let me see somewhere we can able to see it. Okay, if suppose once it is connected, if I'm going for the all open case, like suppose if wanted to see, so all this what you can say, the access, okay, which has been against your the system admin, okay, or whatever the profile you have given, so all the your like the objects, the things you can able to access from the Salesforce, from the Slack as well. So see here, if I'm seeing all open cases, okay, so I'm wanted to see here to see whether it is, see, it is able to fetch all these open cases which is there in my the Salesforce org. Okay, so now from the here you can also able to create here cases. Okay, see, you can see here new cases. Okay, so if you go here new cases, okay, see, it is giving you pace to just create this case. Once you are going to create this case, it is going to visible into the Salesforce org. Okay, so this is the basic requirement. You need to connect your workspace of the Slack as well as the Salesforce org, so we can able to establish the connections. Then we can move for the Agentforce. Okay. Similar way, like whatever the things are there, once it is cases, you can also, if you click open to see any case, you can be able to see this case. Okay. And here, like, it is also giving you like log a call. So this is something is happening manually, like it is the bringing the Salesforce data into the Slack, so that the customer executive, like if suppose the agent is not there, someone is using, you can also be able to like create, update the things over here as well. Okay. Now we are going to move into quickly for the Agentforce one. If anyone any questions, good to ask. Otherwise, we are going to move to. Okay. So now let's see for the Agentforce ones. Okay. So once you are going to see have like the Salesforce org. Okay. In there as well, you can be able to see this Agentforce. Okay. So here you can see Agentforce. Okay. So for I have few agents which is already running in my Slack. You are going to give it here. Okay. So before that, I wanted to show you like which one is agent is there. Okay. And if the time will be there, I am going to create one a small agent. Okay. As well as I will show you how we can be able to bring here. Okay. So the how you can be able to see like the like anyone has noticed in your Slack these kind of icon, and like anyone try to like understand what is the purpose of this Agentforce? So have you not noticed? So start noticing it. Okay. This is the purpose of. Am I audible?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. So this is the something is telling me. Okay. Ki now this Slack org is like capable to bring the Agentforce. Okay. So if suppose here I'm clicking this, if you see whatever the agents and what the conversation I have already done, it is bringing me here. Okay. So it's saying that you have the recent 4 agents is there. Okay. So I see here this these are my agents there. Okay. So I'm going to explain 2 agents. Okay. And one is the very basic one, and one is the through the mule one. Okay. So let me create this very basic one, that is called the create case record. Okay. So what I did, we all know like how to create these agents. Okay. So suppose this is the one agent which I have already created. This is the very basic one. Okay. If you open this. Okay. So this is one of the case management. Okay. And if you see here, and these are the few flows. Okay. These are the flow I have created within the Salesforce. Okay. Like suppose fetch case details by case ID, case create record. If you're going to see here, maybe flow case create record v2. So this is the very simple flow. If you see this, so these are the very simple flow we have created. Okay. Like suppose this is the auto launch flow where we are the creating the case records. Okay. So these things I am feeding a few of the default things, and it is creating the case into the Salesforce org. Okay. But the thing is, the we should know this we have created this agent, but the thing is how we can able to bring this agents into the Slack. So what happens, like we have already seen, there is a concept called here connections. Okay. So the prerequisite is the Slack connector app. This must installed in your this Salesforce org, so we can able to get the connected app. Okay. The second thing is Salesforce org and Slack workspace must be connected. Second. Third thing is, once that is going to happen, like you have the agents already, or you are supposed to do the agents. Okay. You need to go for these connections. Okay. And click the new. Once you are going to get here, you need to select the connections. Okay. Why it is since it is connected, so it's not showing. Like once I'm going to create the one of the okay, let me do one things. Okay, it's very basic. I will create one new agent. It will be super easy, so I can able to show you. Okay, so I'm just taking here Agentforce employee agents. Okay, I don't need this. Next. Okay, Agentforce, I'm seeing the case meetup demo. Okay, so just I'm putting this. Okay, uh, just I'm putting this, keep this record. Okay, just I wanted to show how this the things is going to happen. Okay, I don't need any library. I'm going to create this. Okay, okay, so and now I'm going to create one topic, create a case in Salesforce. Okay, so this I have created, and I'm putting this all things as a default. Okay, I'm making it a finish. Okay, now I'm going here, this topic, I'm taking one of the what you can say create actions. Okay, and this actions let me take as a flow, and flow is I'm just taking the yeah, this is the case created v2 I have taken. Just next. Okay, putting create a case, creating a case, dot. Okay, and this is take user input. Just I'm putting these things like just for the demonstration purpose, but in the real case we are supposed to put it in a very details. Okay, so this is require input, I have put instructions, so in conversation as outcomes. Okay, just I have put this. Okay, now finish. So this has been created. Okay, now we will see. Okay, two things which is required. Okay, first we need to activate this. Okay, before that let's create this connections. Okay, so I'm going to create a new connections. Okay, why it is not coming? Okay, need setup, go for this. Okay, here you can see, yeah. So this is, I think, this is the new additions has been there, like once you are going to create through the flow. Okay, so just I'm putting this default, because what happens, like you have the few things limitation about your agent not going to, so how you can able to route in the case of the escalations. Okay, so I'm doing just route to customer care. Okay, customer care person. Okay, so once we click this messaging setting, we can able to see here external app. Okay, if you're going to add this external app, here it is asking this connection setting, so you have to choose the API. You can give this create case Slack integration meetup demo. Okay, so any integration name you are supposed to put here. And here if you see the connected app, this is the crucial thing. If you search their Slack, you can see we are going to, I'm not sure like why we are going to get this 4, but ideally it should 2, we should get it. Okay, either Slack or Slack dev. Okay, so I'm just choosing this Slack. Okay, if you see here, save. Okay, if you go here, if you see here, nothing is there as of now, nothing. Okay, so once I'm going to here, okay, and make it activate. Okay, let's see. Okay, it's not coming. Fine. So we need to go here, agents. Let me refresh this. Okay, so what we need to also think about one things. Which one was there? Is this agents? Whether the agent is not there? Oh, I didn't save it. Oh, case meetup demo. Yeah, it's there. Case meetup demo. Yeah, you can be able to see here. This is there. Now we need to open this. Okay, and let me add this agent access. Okay, so like either we can permission set with agent action we can create individually, or we can able to create some profiles. Okay, so let me put directly into the system admin. Okay, so once I put this, now if you go here, let's see. So what happens, which means that my already this connection is established between Salesforce and org. Okay, and now it is asking me like to review it, means this agent is ready to come into here. Okay, once I'm going to review, it is going to give like say, okay, act as an AI agent in Slack. So it has this assistant, right? Send message to respond to the mention. If I'm going to allow it, okay, let's see what is going to happen. I instantly get something from my Slack. Okay, this is something like view agent profile. Good news, a Slack admin has approved case status something in your. Okay, and if I'm going for my agents, if you see, this case meetup demo is there. Okay, so now which means it has onboarded already. Okay, so similar way, by following this, I have created this many agents. Okay, and I wanted to show you like now the thing is like I have the two flavor of the agents I have created, one by using the flow. Okay, so if you see, this agent, create case record, this I have created using the flow, by using the number of flows to create case or these things. This is I am using the MCP. Okay, by using this MuleSoft. Okay, so what I have done in order to MuleSoft one. Okay, I have created one MCP server. Okay, which is basically going to deal with this all this fetch case details, and this is the create case details. Okay, and this MCP server is going to invoke by one of my this API, which is basically treating as a MCP client. Okay, so if you see here, this is the using the MCP client, and it's like invoking the MCP servers. Okay, and these tools are these two APIs are, okay, is already running over this AnyPoint platforms. Okay, so we will see here into the first agents one. Okay, like suppose, let me close this, don't need this, close this. Okay, okay, now let me show you this Agentforce MCP agents one. Okay, okay, how it is behaving here. Okay, open in builders, and you are aware about how this has been onboarding happens. So if you have already like go into this session, some things related with I think Abhishek or other guys has been already given, that is called the API catalog and topic center. So that is the itself different discussion. So using the API catalog and topic center, what I did, I bring those API client, like which is using the MCP client into the Salesforce org. Okay, and if you see, these are the endpoints which has been there. Okay, so which means that those API which is running into the any point platforms, now that has been tightly coupled with this our the uh, Salesforce API catalog and topic centers, like post for create case, update case, or this. So the purpose is to show this happened, because see, we are good to use the Salesforce course things, okay, to create your agent. Okay, but sometimes happens in your agent, is required, your the governance policy, some security. Okay, so these, I think either you can go for the whatever into the Salesforce core to, okay, or you can outsource all this security, okay, to the like the MuleSoft, okay, and we can able to control the traffic, these kind of things, and through this API catalog center that we can also able to do. Okay, so what I'm doing to go here, okay, this is something, one of the case. Okay, and let me go here. Okay, so this is, if you see, this is the MCP one. Okay, and here if you say create case, update case, these all are the endpoint which I'm calling. Okay, so here this is not the flow. Okay, so if I'm going here and putting here hi, fetch a case details. Okay, case details where, okay, and maybe let me take this. I think this is work on the case ID, I think, if I'm remember. Okay, fetch case details where case ID is this. Let me see whether it is bringing or not. Okay, so see here, it fetch these things, case details. Okay, now quickly go for our this client. Okay, so this is the Mule case Agentforce API. If you go here into log, see, this is the case 1341. If you see here, I think 1341. Okay, so this is this MCP client is going to invoke. So this has the invoked which one? If you go here, this MCP server. Okay, so this MCP server has been invoked. So this is the some things. If you see here 1341 something, yes, 1341. See, so MCP server is bringing these things through which MCP client is going to bring these things. Okay, now we will see this the same version of here. If you go here Agentforce, okay, and if I'm saying here hi, can you fetch a case where case ID is, see, but it is giving something because here we are fetching into the JSON. Okay, I have used this JSON, so it's giving me in this case. Okay, although it's giving me, but it's giving me in the very vague way. Okay, so more refinement is required. But if I'm going to say the same things, can you fetch case data case ID and provide as JSON output? Let's see whether it is able to understand or not. See, this is something, it is bringing the details. Okay, so this is the technically it is able to understand. Okay, so by default we are going to fetch these details, it is going to get these details. Okay, so this is, and if you see, this is all the behind the scene, it is happening into your Mule. Okay, think from that perspective. Suppose if I'm going to say here, okay, I think maybe I have lost somewhere, or let's see whether I have these things or not. Okay, these all are gone. Okay, so fine. Okay, we have also, like, if you are going to give this JSON, okay, see, can you create a case? Can you create a case? Okay, so it is like it is going to ask something like, okay, unknown property definition not yet implemented, something, because the thing is, why it is going to give me, okay, if you here, okay, can you create a case? If you see here how it is going to ask the few properties, okay, like this body, these kind of things, which is like not able to like understand by here. Okay, these kind of things it is asking. Okay, what I can able to do, okay, like think from that perspective. Not sure, let's see. Can you create a case? Okay, what I'm going to do, I'm going to give this way. Okay, let's see whether you able to work or not. I'm asking, okay, create. It is asking something JSON. It should, like, the LLM should be strong to read this, interpret this. Okay, so it's doing something. Let's see. Summarizing, finding. Okay, wow. So it's saying that this case had been successfully created. Okay, so it's created. Let me see. This is the case numbers. Okay, and where is the? This is the ID. Okay, so saying, can you fetch case details in JSON format format where case ID is this, because he has generated this ID. Okay, so let me see. So it is giving. Okay, now let's verify going to the here whether the case has been generated or not. So just I'm replacing this case. Okay, ID. See, this has been generated since I'm using the MCP. Okay, and there are lots of the steps. Okay, so once it is case has been generated, if you see, it is giving me some suggested actions as well, because I'm connecting to the LLM to bring the, I'm sending this subject and description to bring some, like, the potential solution. Okay, so it is also giving me this and putting into this here. Okay, so this is how this MCP is going to work. Okay, similar way we have this Agentforce, sorry, this create case records. Okay, so create case record is also like, hi, can you fetch a case where case number is, let me give a label to case number. So this is something the core. Okay, and where this the flow builders has been used. Okay, lots of the flow builders has been used. So by using this something, I'm not sure, like, something is, or maybe create case. Okay, maybe case ID, fetch a case details, details by case ID. Let's see. So the like any things, like, yeah, so I think this case has been, I am fetching through the case ID. So if you see, this is something I have created by using the flow, which is the core agent force. Okay, if you go here into the agents. Okay, and if you see here this create one, which I have showcased. Okay, this is something the using the Salesforce core flow builders, but that is the something which the purpose was to showcase these things. The only good thing is, not only like here we can go to the specific things, or we can be able to do. Okay, think from, if you have any channels. Okay, and if we are going to like discuss the whole things over here. Okay, if suppose, let me take this example of, okay, this. Okay, and if I'm going to any channels, and here I can able to add the things, Agentforce. Okay, so suppose if you are part of the any like channels, you are discussing something, you need some details to face the details, to provide the evidence, provide the details. So you are good to add the call your agents in that. Like, suppose here, okay, fetch a case details where case ID is this. Okay, so see, I'm not into the agent one. Okay, so it's saying you mention agent for, but they are not in channel. Okay, just add. Okay, although it did some work. Okay, see here, this is something default, how the beautifully it's showing. Okay, so it's generating the response, it's bringing. So this is the Salesforce record. Here if you see this. Okay, here cannot display this. Okay, that is fine. Okay, provide summary of above case details. Okay, so it's created one separate thread what the Abhishek explained earlier, like we are like the regrouping or create this separate thread. Okay, I'm asking, okay, sorry, I need to ask this. Okay, provide summary of above case details. Let's see. So I'm asking like provide summary of above details, because like whenever we need to ask from the agents, we need to tag that particular agents. Okay, so see how beautifully it is going to provide the summary. Okay, see, although at this context I haven't provided the anything related with the case. Okay, so this is the how this LLM or agent hold the context informations, because here implicitly it assume that okay, we are talking about these details, and this is the how one liner these things. So suppose any customer care executive or any things which is they are working and they need to notify the, okay, maybe think from that perspective, like if someone has in call and it asking, like customer care executive can go look into the systems directly by this. Okay, and it's ask, okay, do one thing, just draft a mail and send this summary to the customer. Okay, so just in this Slack, okay, he can able to like executive can able to do lots of the steps. Okay, for that it's not like you go to the Gmail something, the type the mail and do these steps. Okay, so in the same place, like in the collaboration way, it can be able to do lot many steps. Okay, I think let's going to here. I think yeah, that was it. Okay, because this stepwise step, it's to going to show, it is going to show like the lot many times. Okay, so just if you need any things, anyone like how this things is working behind the scene, okay, feel free to reach me. Okay, I'm going to provide the offline support for it. Okay, but this is the how basically you can be able to onboard your any agents. Okay, whether it is like that is by using the MuleSoft as well, or by using this our this API catalog topic center or your core agent which is into the Salesforce. Okay, so I think that is pretty much from my side, Abhishek.